Hello, Mover. How are you?
Well,
Well,
we've got topics.
I don't think anything
Dude,
happened.
I can't. We can't even laugh about it, man. It's such a depressing. I feel like we can't even intro the show because there's so much bad news in aviation for the last 5 days. It's crazy.
Well, like when we were going over the topics, and you're like, "Oh, and mental health minute is this." I'm like, "There'll be no time for mental."
Well, I think it's important because
Yeah,
people need to compartmentalize
that's true.
all these mishaps and realize that, yeah, when it rains, it pours, but
Yeah,
it's
weird.
part of the job.
So weird, man. Because back in the old office, which feels
I
nice.
see that. Yes, let's talk about you.
Well, it's funny. Before I left Ohio, my father-in-law, who he watches the show, he was like, "Man, it seems like there's been a lot more accidents lately." And I'm like, "Nah, it's just because social media." And then, of course, we had the week that we had, and then I'm thinking, maybe maybe it's me. Like maybe we are having more issues. I don't know.
I love the people that are like, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 to talk about today, and all 8 of them are Trump's fault. Like, if you go read the comments on X, they're Trump's fault, and I'm like, what does the POTUS has nothing to do with this? This is not. It doesn't matter if it's Trump, Biden, Obama.
Yeah.
This is not a president thing. This is not since they took office, like this is not a political thing. Now, in some cases, you could argue defunding certain programs and lower flight hours and stuff could be contributing factors.
Yeah.
But the root cause is certainly not a politician.
I'd say on the military side, a lot of the stuff we're seeing is probably years and years in the making. But yeah, dude, it's I don't know. Like I said, maybe my father-in-law was, somebody who's outside of aviation, just noticing, outside looking in. Maybe I hope not.
Something's happening.
Yeah,
it's a lot of, but we're gonna talk if we can get to them all, because I'm gonna try to intersperse some non-miserable topics in between some of these. So
we gotta keep it lively. I mean, we're not a crash. We're not a crash podcast.
We're not. Yeah, we're not crash investigators here.
No,
but we've got the B-52, which just happened, which is horrible, and that's still coming out. I mean, that happened today. The Marine F-18, the helicopters in Brazil, the AN-32 in India, the Pakistani trainer, the Russian Tu-22, the Missouri skydiver crash, the Key West. That one was actually they survived.
They survived. It was the mangroves, man. You see that thing? The mangroves caught the airplane.
But the Tomcat flew. I hope we can get to that story.
Yeah, that is a good
so it lives. And then, I don't know, whatever else. So you know what? But let's stiff arm this. Welcome back, Gonky.
Yeah, dude. So I'm back from my, as Mover would call it, my month vacation, which
the Mover would not call it that. That's what it's called. When you go on vacation for a month, it's called the month-long vacation.
But I worked.
You say that. You don't.
Do you work?
Yes.
Let's be honest. I mean,
in my office. I am in my office. Look, whatever you have to tell the IRS to justify Spaceball 1 is, look, I'm not going to get between you and your accountant.
Listen, Doug knows I do the same amount of work, like computer-wise, as you do. Like I have my Starlink. And
why are you bringing Doug into this?
Because he's the third party man.
I'm the arbiter of work.
That's right. He's arbiter. That's
arbiter of work.
No, but yeah, dude, we got back Thursday, and it's weird. On the way up to Ohio, I always carry 2 fire extinguishers because I'm a pilot and I like redundant systems. And taking the on ramp to 70 in Ohio, I pulled over the side of this truck with a axle fire, man. And the driver, he's looking for his fire extinguisher, and he gets it and blows that thing. Dude, I wind down my window and I have my wife hand me one of the fire, and I just hand it to him. Like, here, buddy. And he takes it and runs. I'm like, I just keep going. And yeah, so
wow.
Yeah, so now I'm down to one fire extinguisher, which I didn't replace it. And we're coming back from Ohio, almost a month later, just this past Thursday, and I'm 14 miles from home. I do a turn, I look back, and I got an axle fire. My trailer bearing let go in the hub, and I guess I didn't see it right away, and I grabbed my last fire extinguisher, but luckily I didn't have to use it. Caught it early. By the time I got back there was just smoking heavily. So yeah, we limped her home the last 14 miles, which was cool. It didn't happen, halfway, like in Tennessee somewhere. But
oh yeah, you'd be stranded somewhere.
I'd probably be in the mobile office, and you'd be like, "What's going on?"
Where are you? On the side of the interstate still?
Do you hear
running
the
off
four-ways?
a generator? Yeah.
I-65 exit 32.
Exactly. So that was the exciting thing that happened. But yeah, man, I made it back, and it feels good to be. It's so funny, man. My kids, before we left, they're like, "Hey, do we have to go back to Florida?" I'm like, "You realize most people who live in Ohio go to Florida for vacation?" I'm like, "Yeah, we like it here." I'm like, "Okay, we'll come back in the winter." So
yeah.
Yeah. How about you, man? Anything exciting?
No.
You've been sitting there since last Monday.
Since the last show, I
changed your shirt right before the show.
I changed the shirt because it was getting a little sticky. Nothing significant to report.
You're kind of like the modern day Howard Hughes. You just lock yourself in the.
That's right.
In the room. Luna brings you treats.
I don't have anything going on. How about you, Doug?
Same.
See?
The only things I've done in the last week I did with you.
See? It's just you, man.
You got jars of pee everywhere.
We're like, God, okay. We live vicariously through you.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm going a million miles an hour, and then with where I did a drill today, worked on the show. I mean, I've been
allegedly. Renee says, "Elephant in the room, don't sell your car." Yeah, I got the I got the golden ticket from Ford, which I've never owned a Mustang in my whole life. I've owned one Ford vehicle since its inception. I think one Ford.
What was it? What was it? I'm curious.
F-250. You saw it.
No, I
Strike Fatron 204. I had it.
No,
when did you show up to Strike Fatron 204?
Late 14, early 15. You had the red truck.
I had the 250.
Then I never noticed it, dude. When I first noticed what vehicle you were driving, it was the red truck.
Yeah, I got the red truck after the 250. But anyway, I had an F-250. It's the last thing I had, and so. I did not think that Ford would select me because they were very selective about this car. It's their supercar GTD Wombat Special. And I applied because I was like, well, whatever, we'll see. And I got an email that says, "Congratulations, you're selected. Send this in and we'll start the process." And I'm like,
how many are they going to make?
I think it's capped at like a couple hundred a year.
They probably had like 50 people apply. They're like, "Oh shit,
7,500."
Oh, really? So you could see how many people?
That's what they said. They announced it. They said
we've got over signed up for this car.
8 people. Yeah. Well, if 7,500 people, man, that's quite the honor mover.
I know, and I'm like, oh, and so you go to their website. It doesn't tell you how much the thing costs, but you go to the internet and it says, the thing is quite expensive.
They haven't got the message yet that you no longer work for American.
I would be able to afford it much easier. As of right now, if I'm going to do such a thing, the ZR1 has to go.
No, I agree with Renee. Of course not. Don't.
It would have to. It would have to go.
Yeah.
And even then, oof. But I mean, it's a very low production car.
Dude, yeah.
Hand built by Multimatic. It's a true story. These are factual statements.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
man. I mean,
Anyway, I'm just saying.
yeah.
I will vlog the journey. I can tell you what's a big hint because people are like, buy it for the content. Well, the video talking about it did not do well. So I would assume that any other video would probably not do well, cars, because YouTube kind of pigeonholes you. And it's so funny because people are like, I only want to watch aviation stuff. So if you do anything non-aviation, they just unsubscribe. And you can watch the little subscriber thing tick backwards. You're like, okay.
Well, look, maybe they unsubscribe there and they come here. So it's a net zero for you.
Gonky wins as always. The net is that Gonky wins.
It's not all about me, Mover. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Corvette World Rob says prayers for all those in recent crashes. Yeah, this is just awful. Thomas says, hey, Mover, was rewatching Start Finding Me Boys. What does mud mean? Nickel on the grass for the B-52 crew. Gonky, you want to answer that?
I mean, finding me mud? I don't understand the context.
It's the F-16 thing. It's a radio call for what is targeting you.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. We don't go to jail.
No jail.
No jail.
Warhorse says, really don't want to speculate on the B-52 yet. The ashes haven't even stopped smoldering yet. Let the subject lie. Well, we're going to cover it. I mean, it's a aviation topic. Gonky and I were talking about this. We're not, I mean, we don't know enough to even speculate, but I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with talking about it.
No.
As breaking news, if you will. But I don't know, Gonky, what are your thoughts on this? Because we kind of talked about this before.
No, we talked about we're not a crash, aviation show, but the headline is we talk about the week's stories, and we like it most when there's cool stories like, a 12 plane flyby over a UFC fight on the front lawn of the White House. Those are the fun ones. But, I mean, it is a story. We're not going to speculate. Of course, it's terrible. I literally watched the press release right before we came on here live. So there's really not a lot to say other than, we'll share our condolences. But.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just talk about what's publicly available at this time and, just some observations we've made. I mean, obviously, Gonky was, a safety investigator. So having that perspective is always important. So, but as you know, from watching this channel for as long as we've been doing it, we are not other channels. And I'll leave it at that.
Correct.
So for better or worse. Renee says, how's Luna? She's great. She's back to normal. We worked Thursday. She was busy Thursday. We went to a North Shore Humane Society kids camp and did a show and tell. Then we went to Camp Villery with the Army. They stay in barracks, dude. I was like, they said, we're going to the barracks. I'm like, what are barracks? What are we doing here? Am I muted or are you muted?
I'm muted. It's the Army.
Yeah, I know. But they came out and it was too hot for Luna. So I put her back in the unit. And then I slung snowballs. The snow cones is what we were there for.
Perfect.
And she was a busy girl that day.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Fire 717. God bless our second responders. Start positive. The big, beautiful flyover. We will cover that. That is a filler in between some of these. Last night was awesome. Maybe a little bit late.
Oh, man.
Words I would not use to describe that. But awesome prayers for all those lost over that last week. Absolutely. Robert says, keep the 01 mover. It's funny. Right before airtime, I got an email and I'm like, what is this? And it was McMulkin Chevrolet, like, hey, we're taking deposits for the 01 if you want to order one right now. I'm like, what are all these car people sending me emails all of a sudden?
Now they know you, man.
They know. They can smell the pour.
Then why aren't I getting any invites?
Because you're so far poor that they don't even they can smell you're so far into that poorness that they're like, we're not even gonna waste our time. But they know I'm just at the cusp and I used to not be poor like less than 6 months ago. And they're like, he'll do it, dude. He'll do it.
Gonky and I are too poor to be interesting, but not poor enough to be interesting.
Yeah, that's right, dude. That's right. God, that's sad.
MJ says, being required to own a car for 2 years or face a $50,000 fine for selling it is not a golden ticket. That's a hostage situation. Well, if it's your
Valid.
forever car, 2 years is a drop in the bucket. And as you get older, 2 years flies by like that.
Oh, dude. I know.
Remember 2 years ago? The show was a year old.
It's yesterday. I know, dude.
Right? It says that right there.
23,
Established 2023. We've been doing this for 3 years. It's crazy.
I know.
Hold My Fear says, you got the brown ticket, mover. What that means.
Not a Ford fan.
Tom says, I love the GTD, but if you go up the C7, your man card goes with it. Damn.
I'm with Tom.
Jeez.
What if Wombat gets one? Then what are we going to say?
Thomas says they should call it the LSO Wombat Mustang. You guys, y'all need to calm down because you're going to start a beef.
Yeah.
We're just getting through the last beef.
I see Wombat as more of a American V8 muscle car type of guy.
That's what this is.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So it wouldn't surprise me if he went back to that from his Porsche. I mean, I drove his Porsche. It's an amazing car. Incredible. But like, I just see him as a,
What am I?
You're a vet guy, minus the jean shorts, the Velcro white shoes, and tall socks.
You don't know what I do when I'm sitting here.
Pretty sure he has a pair of New Balances.
Are you wearing them?
You don't see me from the waist down right now. I actually do not own any New Balances, Douglas. Thank you.
Are you threatening?
John says for Golden Ford. It's going to take a lot more than $2. I'll tell you that. The deficit is high on that car. GPU tech. I don't know, man. I'm not even going to try it. Tech T-Chat Proton Male. The GTD is a cool, but she's a heavy girl. Yeah, 4,400 pounds, dude. Wow. I think it's getting close to an SUV Section 179 deduction. Like, isn't it 5,000 pounds?
I looked that up.
Or is it 6,000?
I didn't look that up, but it weighs about 200 pounds less than the Suburban I used to own.
Wow.
Granted, that was an older Suburban, so it was light.
Must be all the amps and subs in the trunk.
Thomas says, sorry, guys, didn't mean to get you in jail over my mud comment. That's no problem because we're going to talk about Boeing later, too.
Yes.
So we are going to poke that hornet's nest a little bit more later. Don't worry. We'll find our way. Airborne Waterboy, they can just lump them together as a... Anyway, he says, got any rotary hours in lately? Also, Gonky, Ohio isn't that bad. All my stuff is here. I flew the helicopter on Friday. Lester and I dropped off the 44 to get new seats, and he let me fly the R66 back turbine. I got 1 hour of turbine time.
Nice,
on the
man.
way back.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah. Ohio's nice, Gonky.
Yeah, I like it.
3 Greens, Ambu says, fast cars and aviation, all mover needs is a questionable taste in women, and he hits the financial red flag trifecta.
He's a trifecta.
Done.
He is the trifecta.
Why do you think my career went the way it did? I was going to be the youngest Raptor driver in the history of the Air Force.
Mover's a home run trifecta.
Yeah. I just did it in a different order. I learned that, and then I moved on to the cars, and then, it's in phases.
That's awesome.
What else you got? I got one more. It's probably a quadrifecta. Is that a word, Doug?
I think we've got a big enough audience. We can start coining words.
Quadrifective. Full Afterburner says, evening, fellows. Mover, keep that 01. They ain't going to be making cars like that for much longer. Well, they're never making another 01 like mine because it was the last. Dude, I think they made like 600 or something total manual. Oh, God, I'm getting a message from. I thought it was Wombat, dude. I was like, oh, I said something. He's mad.
The beef is live.
The beef is returned. Anyway, they only made 600 and something manuals. So,
yeah, front engine, rear drive manual, dude. It's American way. American.
I did drive that Saturday. That was fun.
Yeah.
Tom says, I'll give you $2,000 for the C7 if you agree. I'll give you a pass for the GTD. You can have the exhaust for $2,000. Speaking of that, Doug, I got a bite, so get ready to sell that bad boy.
Okay.
Which
Is it bite on this side of the state or your side?
Huh?
Is it bite on this side of the state or your side of the state?
It's probably a shipping thing.
Well, that's doable.
CC Ryder says, found on road dead.
That's true.
Fix or repair daily.
Yeah.
Over rebuilt Dodge. I can't say these things. What if Ford is like, oh, mover, you're poor, we'll sponsor you?
Okay, we love Ford.
You're poor enough to be interesting.
Yeah.
Dude, I bleed blue oval, man. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
I own 3 Fords right now. They should call me.
In this century?
No. Well, one of them is.
Gonky. That's a valid and correct question.
The old 4.6 liter Crown Vic may not count.
Yeah.
One of them is post 2000, but not by much.
Yeah. Well.
Perfect.
All right. Enough. Hey, I'm a Mustang driver. I drive Pale Horse. It's a Mustang.
That counts.
So. All right, Gonky. Let's start with the bad news first. Let's see here. So unfortunately, this afternoon, a B-52 crashed at Edwards Air Force Base. The details are sparse. Air Force B-52 Stratofortress carrying 8 people on a routine test mission crashed shortly after takeoff at 11:20 a.m. Pacific time. Initial indications are the crash was not survivable. The emergency response personnel are on scene and the base is currently closed while they do this. And then I'm not going to play this video. I just want to show we were looking at kind of where it is, and you can see this is kind of the end of the runway there, and it doesn't look like a big crater until you size it next to the emergency vehicles, because those are fire trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very large, and you can see from the scorched area that it's not a spread out wreckage. There's not a lot of debris. There's not a lot of pieces and parts everywhere. It's a very contained thing, which kind of indicates a more vertical impact than what you would expect from something that, is on takeoff, because typically on takeoff, it kind of goes for distances. This is the other one. The aircraft, allegedly through other sources, is the B-52. We've covered it on this channel. They are doing 2 separate tests, one being the new engine and one being the active electronically scanned array radar, the ESA. And this one was the tail number, allegedly, was the one that was being done with the ESA radar. So there's a bigger picture that you can see. I mean, Gonky, you did safety school and aircraft investigator school. Like, what are you seeing as far as, what's your initial thoughts on this?
Yeah, man. Well, I watched the press release. Colonel Hayes gave it. He did a good job. There's not really much out there right now, right? Because they're still doing the notification for next of kin. So they'll release names about 24 hours after next of kin is notified. So basically, he said, the entire event happened on the airfield, on base property. So everything is contained there. From what I saw, like it said, they took off. The accident happened shortly after takeoff. A little bit of data we have is it got up to maybe 2,000 feet. And then, like you said, man, a B-52 is a massive airplane. I don't know how much gas they had on board or whatnot, but this is a very localized accident site here. You have flown and landed there. Edwards is a massive facility area wise, right? And those fire trucks are huge too.
That runway that this is on now, the question is whether they actually took off on this runway, because there's another runway south of that could have also been used, but I don't know. I don't know if that one's long enough, but there's some, I guess, ADSB information that may suggest it was the runway to the south that they took off and then kind of made a turn.
Yeah.
But that runway that they're on is like, it's pushing 3 miles. It's like, 15,000 plus feet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I've flown over Edwards a couple of times, and it is a massive facility. that's where they do all the, like we're talking about here, the testing, new weapons and evaluation kind of stuff. So, the localization of that burn mark on the ground, It either means a very, a high angle kind of impact or some sort of pancake and burn. But I mean, that's nobody knows at this point. Thoughts and prayers of the family and everyone involved. It's, they said there's 8 crew members. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what the standard loadout is.
That is a full house. So that's the 2 jump seats plus all the required crew.
Right.
Which indicates, I mean, obviously a test mission, right? Usually on
Right.
test missions, they carry, and we don't know to that point whether it was a mix of military and civilian, which is likely, like contractors from whether it's Raytheon or whatever contractors are on this, in addition to them, because there's different parts and pieces that are being tested. But the crew plus 2 jump seaters, so every station was full. And it's also important to note that, it's the upstairs, downstairs, the ejection, if there were an ejection, it's downward for the bottom crew. So it's like, it's in the takeoff and landing phase, even if they do eject, it's it's not a very survivable situation for everybody on board, if they can even be in the envelope.
That's what I was getting at is, Edwards is one of those places where I don't think it's uncommon to have a lot of civilian contractors participating in all the testing and evaluation of whether it was the ESA or the new Rolls-Royce engine or some other secret nerd program they're working on. So, it may or may not be a mix of military and civilian contractors involved. So, I mean, that would complicate things a little bit, but you talk about, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I was looking at the diagram. So the official airfield diagram doesn't have that extra runway to the south. So I think that ADSB data might be inaccurate, just because I don't think they'd be using the,
or maybe the overlay's off,
No, so if you go to the Google Maps, and you can see it, like if you look at the ADSB data, there's another, it's runway 7.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't exist it's Edwards South.
Right.
And it's like where they did the Bell X1 testing and all that stuff. I don't know. The ADSB data would suggest that it came from there, which is possible. It's a 1.5 mile long runway. But just looking at the airfield diagram, that's not listed as a.
Yeah.
Now, it could be because it's not public use. But if you look at the runway that they actually made impact, it's a 15,000 foot runway, 15,017 feet. And then the one next to it is 12,000 feet. So just want to clarify that, because like I said, the ADSB data, which I can pull up here in a second. Hold on. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean, we make fun of bomber guys, but I mean, the B-52, man, it's a real head scratcher. Like, what would bring down a B-52, outside of combat? What would bring down a B-52 shortly after takeoff? If you lose an engine, you got 7 more.
This is what I was referring to. So there's the test runway here to the south, which again does not show up on the airfield diagram. There's the 2 runways here. One's 15,000 feet, and this is where they impacted. So it is possible that they took off from the southern runway, from the test side, runway 7, and then made that turn. It's also more than likely that this data is inaccurate. This is, it was sent to me, and a lot of that's preliminary. But the point being, you're right. It makes more sense if it's a different runway to me. But if it's the same runway, because just the impact crater, right? The fact that because to me, if it's on takeoff, it's more of a dispersed pattern.
That's right.
And it's going to be farther. You're not going to just see one localized scorched earth area, but still very very tough for the families that have just lost loved ones, the squadron mates, the contractors, everybody involved in this program. They're all going to be hurt for a while.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they got 2 airplanes there running 2 different programs, at least that we know about. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, the B-52, I just, when I think about, I don't know all of them, but all the B-52 crashes I know of were basically pilot error. Guys flat hatting or bird strike kind of stuff. Obviously, B-52 is getting shot down wartime, but I mean, I think by all accounts, has a pretty good safety record. I don't know, man. It's sad. Again, thoughts and prayers of the family every time something like this happens. When he said, the press was asking Colonel Hayes about, names and stuff. And he's like, well, we got to notify next of kin. That always hits home because, for me personally, that was the toughest part about, accidents that I've seen is beating social media to the loved ones. And I just hope that they're able to do that for everybody involved because that's huge.
Well, and in the days of everybody's got a camera and everything is, I saw a picture while we were talking on the phone earlier. There was a guy on his combine. I think it was his tractor in the field, and he took a picture of it, and it's the smoke plume, and he's like, "What's going on over there?" And that went viral. So the families, and I think one of them. One of the comments on one of the things I saw was, my husband's a B-52 pilot. How do I find out? And it's like, oh my God, dude.
And that's what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So,
yeah,
all it takes is somebody to post something on Facebook. How horrible would it be for you to be scrolling and one of your friends is like, so-and-so was killed today at whatever. And it's your husband or wife. So,
yeah, that's I think it's even harder for us to wrap our brains around it being an 8-engine bomber than others. Right. If it's like single engine, you're like, okay, yeah, a lot of things can go wrong. Helicopter, yeah, a lot of things can go wrong. But an 8-engine bomber, those are, they don't fly the most extreme flight profiles, especially in takeoff and landing, right? They're not doing unrestricted climbs. They're not turning as soon as so that's a very benign phase. Now maybe the B-52 is different, maybe at this point in their life cycle, because you're talking what, there's 70 plus 80-year-old aircraft, pushing 80 now. We're at 70 something probably at this point.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. You're flying airplanes that are like 70 years old.
Yeah.
These airplanes have experienced numerous combat events in addition to training events. You're going to start having failures that you never knew you were going to have, or from an engineering standpoint, because the airplane should have been retired. The only thing,
I think this one was 61. So,
dude,
that's 65 years.
It was a Nam. Like it was 10 years old when it was.
Yeah, I want to say I saw it was a 61.
I saw
series
that too.
tail. So that's that's pushing 70 years old.
That's wild, dude. Yeah,
but hopefully it's nothing like that. Because if it's something that affects the entire fleet, that's a whole different conversation.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. And if it is, I'm hoping they find that out quickly. Although, dude, there's not much airplane left to investigate.
No, there was. Well, you're thinking, what do we say? It holds 350,000 pounds or 300,000+ pounds of fuel. So, shortly after takeoff, heavy like that, dude.
The only thing, sadly, for sure, probably the guys in the tower saw what happened.
Oh, 100%. There's I would guess there's video.
I think sure
there's at least surveillance, if not, one of the people that sit on the mountain and take videos all day.
I'm certain they have footage, and hopefully the investigators can use that footage to determine if there was some sort of failure or whatever caused it, and get to the root cause, and then prevent something like this from happening again, man. For me, it's a head scratcher. I'm like, how in the heck does a buff crash just on takeoff? Not that takeoffs aren't benign in any airplane, but comparatively, like you said, you got 8 engines, huge wing.
I understand a crash on takeoff. I do not understand this crash on takeoff, because this is like you ran into the side of a mountain kind of stuff, like this small footprint for the aircraft. That's a vertical. There's a lot of vertical to this impact.
Yeah, when I saw this and I was trying to think of what profiles you remember in Afghanistan and Kabul, the 7-4 that took off, the CG that went straight up,
and
then just
you're right.
Down and burned. Right. But dude, this is a B-52. There's no cargo to
load shift. Well, the ZAR 52, I mean, that wing in, when it,
Yeah.
that's same
Yeah,
thing.
that's true,
And
yeah.
that C-17 in Alaska, same
Yeah.
thing. That was doing the demo profile. But again, these guys are testing ESA. So these are not considerations, other than something catastrophically going wrong. And I'm sure the investigators will do whatever is necessary to reconstruct it with the data that they have.
You bring
It's
up
not
a
going to
good
be easy.
You bring up a good point, dude. Like those crashes we talked about, like you said, were during literally air show practices, right? So,
Right.
except the Kabul one, that was a takeoff with the load shift. But usually during a flight test, it's very regimented.
Yeah.
So like I partake a little bit in testing, not aircraft, but like simulators and stuff, and everything is super scripted. And I have friends that are test pilots, and they tell me the same thing. So that's why we make fun of those nerds. But I can't see them doing anything crazy on takeoff on a test flight.
Well, I mean, maybe, right? Because if it's the radar test bird, right? Now you're testing the different flight regimes of the new, because you added equipment, right? Even though it's an ESA radar, they put that thing in the, I mean, maybe it was a, hey, we need to see what the limits are for, takeoff pitch and all this stuff. I don't know, dude. That's a good point. Being test is a lot different than just your regular old B-52 out of Barksdale that's going and dropping bombs across the country.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. Yeah, generally speaking, a test sortie is very strict and regimented. I mean, I've seen some, like the Boeing fighters that come off the line, their first takeoff is straight up vertical, right? But that's a fighter. But yeah, usually operational or weapons testing and engines like this, I just don't see anything crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, our thoughts are with those that lost friends and loved ones in this, because this is a horrible tragedy. All right, can we move on? It's sad. It's awful. Yeah. See what the people at home say before we get to the rest of them. JD says, at least you're not considering buying a Porsche yet.
Dude, I'd love to have a Porsche.
I don't think I could do it.
If I could have Wombat's Porsche, I like that. That thing was fun. But I would also want a V8 American muscle car.
You've never ridden in mine.
Yeah, dude. I want a 01. I want your car and Wombat's car. That would be awesome.
But you've never ridden in mine.
I don't need to, man.
When we take you back and you now live here because there's no way for you to get home, I'll let you ride in the 01.
Okay.
You can't drive it, but I'll let you ride in it. Let's see. Gina says, is there dealer markup? How long is the ticket good for? Allegedly, depending on who you talk to, because my resident Ford advisor, who also owns a Porsche, who I don't want to beef with, says that they're doing dealer markups. But my trusted advisor, AI, says that they get a $15,000 flat rate for selling this car, and they don't mark it up. And the ticket is good for, I did the notary thing today. It has to reach them by Friday. So the clock is ticking. If I don't get it to them by Friday, I lose the allocation. But that's what opens up the configurator. Like, you can't get to the, hey, here's how much this thing costs, here's the options, until you sign the NDA and the affidavit. And then they are like, here's your password, here's your concierge. I've never had a concierge. I didn't even know really what a concierge was, except the dude in the hotel that tells you where to go to eat. But
it's time to find out, mover.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to be treated like a king for a little bit.
Well, this is your shot.
Yeah. A Ford king, if you will. Thomas says, mover, get the Mustang, only if they call it the Lunabelle. And what I like about the Mustang is you don't have to be like, no, it's a Shelby. It says Mustang right in the name. No one's confused about what it is. It's a Mustang.
The show for the ages.
Temperate Thunder says, long-time listener, first-time caller, as cool as the flyover was, what are our thoughts on the timing? We will get to that shortly, sir.
Yeah.
That is a topic.
We got to pace ourselves, man.
Yeah. Well, we're 41 minutes into it, and we've done one topic. So how are we doing so far?
Okay.
Matt says, can either of you two talk about the ejection seats on the 52, especially the two that eject downward, and you have heard of any down ejection injuries versus up ejection rip to anyone involved? Thanks. exactly what you said. That's what I know.
I
think they run T-38 style, on your backs. They're not 0-0 by any stretch of the imagination. They're not Aces or Martin Baker or Nacy's style seats. They're old school. Yeah, but I don't know anything beyond that.
I read somewhere that the downward ones need 300 feet at least, which to me seems super low. I don't even know how that works, but I don't know a lot about it, man, other than it's probably top of the line, leading edge tech 1959, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Not good.
Sharkbait says, buy the pony car, and I'm not a Ford fan. Well, in Canadian money, it's about $1.4 million.
Round it up to just 1.5.
Yeah. Just add $1 million. Full Afterburner USA says, is there anywhere near Edwards a civilian can actually go and get a clear camera shot? I just checked Twitter and TikTok and nothing. I don't know. Yeah, dude. GPU says GT4 RS. Any of the Porsche cars, you have to be selected just like this thing, except you have to have bought Porsches before. Like, there's a whole thing. There's no way, dude. They see me in my jorts and my New Balances. They'll know. They can smell Corvette coming from a mile away.
Your white socks pulled halfway up your shins.
Hey, dude, that's what the kids are doing now.
Is it?
It is. Yeah, dude. I'm not shitting you. The kids now wear the socks up high, and the boomers, such as ourselves, wear the mid to low socks or no show. Yeah, it's a fashion trend.
What's old is new again?
Yeah. Yeah. Back to the 80s.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
Corvette World Rob / Rob. Just Rob. TK, you need to come by my store, test drive a vet. Corvette World Rob.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. But, good point, though. Being a 50s tech, it's probably better manufactured than anything manufactured today.
Dude, because something manufactured today ain't going to last 70 years.
Built to the last.
Yeah, that's true.
It absolutely says you can't sell the car. In fact, they'll put a lien on the car. And then it's $50,000 or the damages, which is the profit you make, plus legal fees if you sell it. Yeah. Just letting you know. All right. Rimrock Lake. So on, I believe it was Saturday now, a Marine FA-18D, and correct me if I'm wrong, Gonky, 323, the Rattlers, the Death Rattlers.
Death Rattlers, yeah.
They were seen at Boeing Field shortly before this, and then there is now video at Rimrock Lake. Those of you that have watched the show will remember this is around where the Growler fatal mishap happened a couple of years ago that we've covered on this show. In fact, Rimrock Lake is talked about because he does the turn around Rimrock Lake instead of just continuing straight. It looks like something very similar happened. So we have video. I want to show this first just so we give credit because this was actually sent to me, the full video. Johan Singh Michael took the video at Rimrock Lake. This is his video. We were giving credit for this, but we have a better version of it here. So here you can see, nice day at the lake. Beautiful.
Beautiful, man.
No clouds at all. Yeah. 2 ship of Hornets, at least, that we can see. If there's another 2 ship, they're not immediately apparent here. I'll roll the tape. There's 1 Hornet.
That's sick as fuck.
Pardon the language.
Shit. It's about to get sicker.
Way over there.
So looks like they're coming back around. Wouldn't you say, Gonky? About a second lap?
Probably.
I believe one of them had family out here.
Oh, dude. Oh, no. Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so there they are coming back around at a reasonable altitude. mind you. That's not super low. We're struggling a little bit with the camera there, Johan Singh.
But
he got both of them. There's his wingman. And I want you to pay attention right there at that second peak to the left in the middle of your screen.
Yeah.
The aircraft hits. Play that again. So there's the wingman. Look at the second peak. And the aircraft hits the trees. And that's fuel and fire and everything. Doug, can you pull up the other angle of the impact with the red truck?
We'll look for it.
Wow, dude. That's crazy, man.
Here we go. There it is. It hit. Trees are still on fire.
Oh, yeah.
That fuel dumped all over it.
Is that what it was, the smoke?
I have another angle from the other side of the mountain.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, remove mine. Make it big. Is this the hit or is this the crash? This is the crash.
Look at that, dude.
There's actually a video of the ejection itself, and it looks
he's inverted, man.
Inverted, yeah. It looks like we're at the edge of the seat.
Yeah, he's inverted.
Which thankfully Martin Baker, AC seat,
awesome.
worked as advertised. Minor injuries, but this looks to be initially some sort of CFIT event.
Okay, here's the one with the red truck.
Yeah. All right, make it. And there it is impacting. I mean, they could feel the heat from as close as they were.
Yeah. Wow. That's incredible, man. I mean, you can walk to that crash site.
I think he did. I think he walked out and was like, hey. And they obviously immediately rescued him, but I think he was inverted when he punched.
Yeah, there's nobody in that airplane right there, dude. He's.
Oh yeah, I think when he punched though, I think he was in when you think about it, you hit those trees at the belly, you're taking out hydraulics, fuel. I mean, there's all kind of critical systems that are not great. But your thoughts, my resident expert, instructor pilot in the Hornet.
Yeah. Well, like I've said before, I mean, here's a case of the most beautiful flying day ever. And holy cow, flew an airplane in the side of a hill, right? When I first saw this, I didn't realize, because Moober actually pointed it out to me. I didn't realize that the airplane had struck the top of the mountain like that, because the video that I saw was the one that Moober was talking about, where the thing is already having issues. There's fuel streaming out the back. It rolls inverted, and I can see the canopy come off and the ejection happen, and then it goes into the side of the trees. And I'm like, I'm trying to think, kind of like the B-52 crash. It's like, man, what kind of emergency would cause this to happen? And with the Hornet, catastrophic with the fuel streaming. My initial thought, Moober, was like catastrophic engine failure, uncontained, like loss of hides and all that. But he showed me the mountain strike, and dude, I tell you what, at first I'm like, what is going on? But actually just watching it right there, I didn't notice when they did the second lap, both jets were actually up high. Right? You're muted. We're up high. But then
thank you.
The lead ducks down. And when you told me that he might have had family there, I'm thinking like, geez, that's not going to read well. But, lead ducks down probably to do a lower pass to get a closer look at something. And most likely, having flown low level a lot in Hornets and having almost crashed into the ground myself, this is from experience. You can get fixated on something, and then you're like, all right, I know we got to go this way because the end of the lake's coming up, and you start your turn, and then you're like, oh crap, right? Basically, you lose SA because we always talk about mission cross-check time when you're low and fast. They started out at a very reasonable, safe altitude. He ducks down low. Yeah,
They didn't appear to be like flat hatting at 200 feet. I want to show you the video that you're talking about, Gonky, because
yeah, play it. No.
This is the first one I believe you saw.
That's
muted
right,
because there's nothing. But so the ejection is here.
Yeah. Yep.
He might not be fully inverted, but he's pretty darn close to it.
It's hard to tell. I mean, canopy's off, but I mean that's late. That's late stage. So like I said, if if I put myself in that pilot's shoes, I see something down there I want to take a look at. I duck down and then, hey, come at the end of the lake. Cool. I see what I got to see. And then I start turning hard to the right, pitching up, and holy cow, there's a big mountain in there. I mean, he just nicked it, right? Just I don't know my cardinal directions in relation to this shot here, but he just nicked the edge of it. Because if he didn't, then the flight path would have stopped right there, right? So he skipped off.
We don't see what he's doing before this,
We
right?
don't.
We're watching the wingman, so
No, I'm purely speculating.
I mean, it could very well have been flat hatting. I mean, he could have easily been way lower than the mountain, and the wingman's like, I don't want any part of this.
Well, all right, dude. So having been a senior guy, there have been times where I'm out flying with a newer wingman and I'm like, hey, stay up here. And I, do my thing. I could see something like that happening here, where
I'm not saying he is, or he or she, which we don't know, but I am saying that we don't know what led to that as far as what was going on in that jet prior to.
Yeah, I think he ducked down. He saw something. Gee, it's a beautiful day, beautiful area. I think there's people out there probably in boats and stuff. I think he ducked down, took a look at something, which is not unusual. I mean, they were probably 2,000. I mean, the wingman was 1,500 feet at least or higher.
Yeah.
So
the wingman is definitely not.
No, but he was up there with the wingman. Probably saw something, ducked down, kind of lost SA where he was at as he's pulling to the right, because it looks like they did a right hand circle around it, right? And then just got his bearings a little late and smacked, because that's a pretty, I mean, that peak is right close to the water's edge, relatively speaking, and it's quite steep. So it's still wild to me though that I mean, not a cloud in the sky, beautiful day. That's gonna be it's gonna be a tough one for whoever that pilot is, unless there's some sort of crazy mechanical thing that happened that kept him from climbing out of there. But I don't think that's going to be the issue. The other wild thing, Marine Aviation, do 323. Pretty sure they used to be all single seat squadron. And this is a D model. And I'm pretty sure that they're flying D models because they have to, right? Because of the state of Marine Corps aviation. So, these are some old jets, and I'm not trying to make excuses.
Well, that's a valid thing to talk about, the state of Marine Corps aviation as far as currency, proficiency.
Yeah.
Just hours.
Yeah.
They've been gutted.
Yeah. See, because 323, they were in my air wing. And they were F-18 C squadron. Great dudes. And, they're flying D models now because the Marines have, not managed their TAC air situation properly over the last probably 25 years. So, this is what you get. I don't know. I'm not making excuses, but that's why there's only a pilot in this thing. It's because that's all they got, man.
You have to remember, this is cross country weekend.
That's true. That's true. Cross country weekend. If there was family out there, I mean, I don't know, dude. It's all speculation at this point. I'm just thankful that the pilot was able to get out because let's be honest, dude, probably about another 5 feet lower and it's not survivable.
Honestly, we're talking tenths of a second where if he hadn't jumped out, that airplane was ballistically going into the next mountain anyway.
Right.
So there were two opportunities here. One actually hitting the mountain here, and then the next one was hitting the mountain on the other side of the mountain when the jet went on its own.
Yeah.
And stopped flying under its own power.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like you're saying, lucky, super lucky on two accounts.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a couple feet lower, or else the flight path would have most likely stopped. And dude, going right into the next mountain. There's not a lot of time.
And the seat working.
The seat. And people don't realize, and I didn't realize it either, man, until I started flying fast jets. But I mean, you bend the airframe and the seat, because there's a lot of complex crap in that seat that has to happen. And this is like, the mechanical and nerd stuff that has to happen is very precise stuff. So like if you bend the airframe, like the seat might not work. Right. So I don't know. Very, 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 very lucky. Lucky it's a beautiful day, that there's people out there, that you got a wingman up above you. I mean, obviously a mistake was made, probably, barring any kind of mechanical issue. But dude, I'm just thankful that the pilot got out.
I'm glad we're not talking about another fatal mishap.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly,
that would suck.
And I hate to say this because this is, let's say, I'm not going to call this a joke, but I'm also serious. I'm glad if it had to be a Hornet, it wasn't another Growler, because that community,
it's hurting.
Like when I heard Whidbey and Rimrock, like that's the first thing that comes to mind. And for that community, I am glad that it is not them. And I know probably they got, like, I'm sure every Growler pilot up in that area got like 1,000 texts. Was it you? Are you okay? Because I mean, they have been through it in the last couple of years. In some cases, rightfully so, and in some cases, it's just tough. And this is their backyard, and I hate that it happened, but I'm glad it wasn't the Growler this time.
Yeah, the Growler community definitely doesn't need any more high profile events.
They don't need any more bad press.
Yeah. I mean, nobody needs any more bad press, but especially them, given that this is their backyard. You're right, dude. When I first saw this, I was like, is this an EA-18 or F-18? Because, some of the sources said Navy Super Hornet, some said Marine Hornet. So,
all right.
But yeah, man. Thankfully, good ejection. Sad to see another legacy jet go up in smoke, but I mean, dude, the ground almost always wins.
Dude, it usually has a PK of 1. This time it does not.
Well, the wingman rolled in.
Yeah.
Mountain 1 took the shot. Mountain 2 got the kill.
Yeah. So, they got 2 mountains out there. You got to watch out for that second one.
Travel in pairs. You got to be careful.
From the comments, 323 serves as a FRD until FY29. Then at sundowns, both remaining Hornet squadrons sundown in FY29. What's an FRD?
Dude, I don't know. FRS is Fleet Replacement Squad, Fleet Readiness.
It's probably some Navy or Marine. Probably. You got to rename the same thing the Navy says. Let's see if there's any relevant.
Somebody will put in the comments. We'll get educated tonight, man.
Airborne Waterboy says, watch the Corps try to pin this on the wingman somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man.
Turd Ferguson says, chances this is due to lack of seat time. It could be. I mean, mission cross-check time, situational awareness, all that stuff happens based on repetitions, based on currency, based on proficiency. If I got into an airplane right now, fast jet, I would be slow. It would take, I haven't flown in a while. It's tough when you're not getting the seat time that you need.
I don't think Marine Corps Hornet pilots are getting a lot of hours. I mean, they don't, dude. They're flying D models, and
weren't they using those with Wizzos, like as a fact platform? Remember that? Because remember that skipper got in trouble on his Finney flight, and he was in the back seat.
I do remember that, but
Yeah,
I don't know if when I knew 323, they were a boat going squadron, and they were single seat, and they'd been single seat for a long time. And last I recall, that's what they were. The fact that it was a 2-seat model that went down, like, can't be. It's 323, but
it's an FRS.
Oh, okay.
So
okay, wow.
So it's an IP.
It might be, yeah.
But then again, so are the growlers that ran into each other.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean much.
There's four instructors in that.
Tim says Marine wanted to use his K-bar. Full Afterburner USA says if guys are hurting for seat time that badly, shouldn't the Corps at the bare minimum give them some sim time? It'd be better than nothing. Nothing replaces jet time, man.
No, dude. I mean, we pick on the Marines, but when we were VFA 204, we took a 2-seat jet because we needed the flight time, and then we tried to. We had a sim. I went down there in the sim all the time, but like Mover said, it's not the same.
No. Mr. AKA, did you guys stargaze with NVGs on night flights? Yeah. Yeah, you can see them very clearly.
You didn't need them when you're out in the Pacific, out in the middle of nowhere. You just turn the lights down in the airplane and just.
Well, sometimes it'd freak you out because you'd see the shooting stars, you'd see the airliners, then you'd be like, is that a missile launch or is that something else? Yeah. And you just put them back in the case and go back to your protein bar.
That's true.
Dude, I remember doing NVG ops in the Hornet with our non-NVG compatible lighting.
You got to turn the lights off, dude.
Everything was off. And dude, I remember it was back. You remember this at Fallon. I was doing my level 3 upgrade. Which one's the one where it's like multi-plane? Like you're leading like a 12 ship. Is that 3? Or is that 4?
Oh, dude, I can't remember.
Anyway, I was leading like a bunch of F5s and a bunch of Hornets and stuff, and it was a night ride. And we were having issues with pressurization, where if you were above 24,000 feet, it would just be this subtle thing. And I remember, and I was like, dude, is it because the NVGs that I can't see anything, or am I going hypoxic right now?
Where's the canopy fogging over?
Yeah. I'm like, why is everything getting blurry and dim? Is it me or is it the jet? Because you couldn't see anything. You're on the NVGs and you're looking inside going, I can't see any of this stuff. And you look back out and you're like, I think I'm out of focus. I need to, oh crap, I just made them worse.
Yeah. Well, as a FRS instructor, or FRD, I guess, if you're Marine, all the time, night flights, you go down there, they're like, sir, would you like your goggles? I'm like, no. Ignorance is bliss. I don't want to see it.
in the desert in 2009 in the Viper, I would put them on so I could say goggled visual, and then we would go to our taskings. I would take them off, put them in the case, and never touch them again, unless they were like, "Oh, we want to match sparkle." We're like, okay. Oh yeah, see it next.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I don't even know. Because you know what,
dude, your neck would be destroyed if you wore that thing the whole night.
Right, you do a 6-hour mission with that thing hanging on the front of your face, dude. Not only like for me, it destroyed my vision for the night trap, and then also like my neck would, like you said, dude, you're gonna have a 2,000% disability. Yeah, you have a headache. Everything's out of focus. You're like, no, this is terrible. Because sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say NVGs don't focus to 2020, so it's like your eyes work overtime to look through them, which hurts them.
I would say the only other place that I would use them was taxiing at Balad.
Yeah, which I've never done, but I know there's no lights.
Well, it's so you could see the FOD.
Oh, okay.
Because the F-16 intake is a Hoover, that big Block 30 big mouth. It wants to suck up all the rocks, and the rocks would sparkle under the goggles. So you'd wear those to see, number one, where you were going, which I got lost a few times. But number two, to see if there was any rocks or anything in your path.
Right.
Because you'd have to stop, and then they'd have to send out the truck to go get it. Because there would be chunks of the like some of those bigger aircraft would just blow chunks everywhere, so to speak. All right, so getting through this, user one, IE1. Any thoughts on the removal of General Daniel Chappie James' portrait? I'm not aware of this. Where was this portrait, and why was it removed? I know Chappie was a badass general.
Chappie.
No, not that much. Different Chappie. The Chappie that the Chappie's based off of, really.
Yeah.
Tic Tac's got my back. GTD Turban Legend or a ride in the Tic Tac.
I'll take a ride.
He's in my Discord because I've mentioned the Turban Legend in my Discord and nowhere else. They actually sold the Turban Legend that I'd looked at. It had been on controller for probably 3 years, and they finally sold it. So the one Turban Legend. You ever seen a Turban Legend? You know what that is? It looks like a P51 with a Walter M601 turbine, and it's a tricycle retractable gear.
You've sent me numerous pictures.
I know. I wanted to buy it for a long time.
Yeah.
300 grand, but then you can't afford to do anything with it.
Yeah.
The 51 says, if you don't get the GTD, RTR Mustangs are sick. No, they're not going to hand select me for that. Look, I was hand selected by Ford Motor Company. Okay. Doesn't really matter what they're selling me. They hand selected me.
Yeah. You're special.
I am special. All right. God, we're doing another crash. Okay.
Oh no, dude. Which one?
Yeah. The YouTuber and the singer.
Oh, dude.
So Doug's got this one. So the helicopter crash in Brazil, singer Oliver Tree, and there was a YouTuber involved as well, but the two helicopters collide, killing 6. Officials said the investigation underway. It was comedian Oliver Tree was on the list. He performed in Buenos Aires, and then Gaspy was the one. Gaspar Prem Diaz. Gaspy had 2.8 million followers on YouTube. Doug, do you have the actual video?
I have a bunch of videos. Which one would you like?
The most recent one with the actual collision.
Yes, sir.
They had 5 people in that 206. That thing was loaded.
So this is the actual mishap itself. And you can see converging flight path. One is flying straight and level, and the other one, same thing, and they hit each other.
That's terrible.
And landed in the street. And if you look at the aftermath, which we don't really need to, it landed in a urban area with cars and people and stuff like that. And obviously the authorities are going to investigate, but anytime you have a mishap, I don't know the region there, if it's like Manhattan where there's a high level of helicopter traffic and they weren't talking to each other, or if they were somehow, just deconflicted poorly, or if they weren't talking to ATC or whatever, but it's obviously a risk. I will say though, anytime I have seen, and I am biased because I do fly helicopters, but I've seen a trend now in the aftermath of this where everybody blames the helicopter. And people were like, well, you can't pay me enough to get on a helicopter. All these rich people get on these helicopters, these famous people, and they die. It's very unfortunate, just like the Kobe Bryant thing, just like other mishaps. However, most of the time it has nothing to do with the helicopter, and it's a human error thing. It's a human factors thing, because helicopter flying is dangerous. It takes all of your attention. It's not something you can be complacent with, and stuff happens. This mishap, the authorities will investigate, but apparently it's a midair, and a midair has nothing to do with a helicopter. Any aircraft can have a midair. That is not specific to helicopter flying. Of the multiple mishaps we're going to talk about tonight and on this show, this is the only helicopter one, because the rest are fixed wing. So it's not fair to say this is a helicopter issue when this is a tragic event that was caused by loss of situational awareness on 2 pilots, is what it boils down to. Gonky, what do you think?
It's terrible, man. I mean, these are young guys we're talking about, 20s and 30s. doing some pretty cool things. I've never heard of Oliver Tree, but apparently he had a pretty big world concert tour set up this year. He was just starting on. You're right. The fact that these helicopters crashed, it's not the helicopter's fault. I mean, you can see clearly by the video, both helicopters were flying just fine. And unfortunately, you had converging flight paths with decreasing range. They just didn't see one another. I don't know what the flight rules are there. It wouldn't surprise me if it's, VFR. They were just, big sky theory, and it's not the first helicopter collision we've had. Unfortunately, it probably won't be the last. It's just tragic again that 6 people died. So there was just the pilot and the was the other helicopter, like an Airbus, right? It was AS350 or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't see
The Eurocopter,
what type they were. Was it a Eurocopter?
Yeah. So there was one guy, just the pilot and the Eurocopter, and there was 5 people in the I think it was a Jet Ranger 206. And unfortunately, all
5
6
people in a 206. That's a
what
lot.
I'm saying. That's a lot.
That's loaded down. Was it a Long Ranger? An L3?
Jet Ranger 3 is allegedly what
L3?
it is.
Yeah,
which
it's
I
Long
don't.
Ranger.
But still, that's a lot of people.
No, that is for that.
Yeah.
Does it say? All right, so an AS350, you're right, and a 206.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we don't have the details other than the video. I did read somewhere tragically that one of the guys either was flung or jumped out of the helicopter.
I saw that too. Yeah.
On the way down, which is very sad. I mean, they were at altitudes where, unless you got a parachute, you pulled it early, it's not going to be survivable. But it's just tragic that we lost a couple young up and comer, performer influencer types. And
well, I mean, it's always tragic just in general. But for reference, this was the helicopter involvement, and that's just a regular 206B.
Yeah.
So that is loaded. I mean, I fly the OH-58 with the C-20, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Navy used the Jet Ranger, a version of it, a lot for training, and I've talked to numerous guys that flew that thing, and they said 3 people in it on a hot Florida day on a hot, humid Florida day
yeah. I mean, when we did the dropping of the wreath thing, we had 2 people in the back, and we had to go burn gas before we picked them up, because with full fuel, because we had the extended range tanks, with full fuel, it's sketchy. However, do I think this was causal? No. If you look at the other aircraft, it was an AS350. So the Eurocopter AS350.
Yep.
The only thing I would say, just, we sit on the right side when you fly a 206, right? So if one aircraft is on the right side, the traffic's coming from the left side, you're looking across and down. It's very easy not to see that. Same thing with, you're looking up and through. It could be, it could be something that they missed. But
yeah, it's hard to tell, man. Like you said, it's not because helicopters are.
Now this says that it was the AS350. I'm looking at did it say who was in which helicopter?
Yeah, I saw somewhere where they had names, but I don't remember. I don't remember who was in the.
No, 5 occupants of the AS350 and 1 of the Jet Ranger. That makes more sense.
Did I get that mixed up?
Yeah, you did. Not crapping on you. I'm reading the Aviation Safety Network page.
Mm-hmm.
That has right here. So it was, now it makes more sense. An AS350B2. So that's not anything of note. I mean, a Jet Ranger with 1 dude in it. But it says AS350B2 and a 206 Jet Ranger experienced mid-air collision, crashed. 5 occupants aboard the 350, 1 in the Jet Ranger, perished. Among them were Argentinian YouTuber Gatsby and American singer and music producer Oliver Tree. Crashed into multiple electric vehicles. So it was from the Eurocopter that somebody tried to jump out since it was only one in the 206. And that makes more sense.
Yeah.
So,
this is a lot bigger helicopter.
I mean, not significantly bigger, but it's definitely got a better payload and stuff. So, yep, that sucks. But don't blame the helicopters.
No, very sad.
Which side do they don't sit on the left on the AS350?
I don't know. You got me there. I don't. If I was in a helicopter, I'd be sitting in the back. That's all I know. So,
no, I think it's on the right.
Is it?
I think the only one that switches to the left is like the MD500. But I don't know. Never flown an AS350. Would love to. Anyway. Efrathime, maybe? There's a report out there that Hegseth had General Chappie James' portrait removed in the Pentagon. So far, there's no confirmation. More importantly, did he have my picture removed from the Pentagon yet?
Most likely, mover.
Yeah. Let's talk about the real issues that matter.
That was probably actually the order, and they got it mixed up.
Is mover still in the Pentagon? This is the news we care about.
Yeah. I don't know, dude.
No, this says user says it was removed from the Air Force Art Gallery. So I'm in the food court.
You were in the I thought you were in the late. No, just kidding.
Only on Tuesdays.
Only on Tuesdays. I got you.
Yeah. Here you go. You have to do this one.
Meow, good sirs. Meow, Carl. Thank you. It's good to have a good laugh.
Doug says that it was unverified, but it's going to be in the Air Force Museum as a dedicated historical exhibit about black aviators.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there's nothing definitive on either side of that.
Yeah, try not to get too spooled up about what you see on the internet.
Yeah, it's made to make you mad.
Yeah, because that gets clicks. So
yeah.
I have to tell my dad this. He's 83. I have to tell him this all the time.
Or you just have a punchable face like me, put me in the thumbnail. Works every time.
I volunteer as tribute. The show can send me to Washington and Dayton to verify the story. I'll be happy to go to the museums in both places.
We'll hook you up with our funding department.
Let's see what the budget is. Send Douglas to DC, buy mover a Mustang GTD, or get Gonky a vehicle that was made in this decade.
I'll take within the last 2 decades at this point.
Yeah, at this point. Oh man,
that's funny.
Oh, here you go, Gonky. Do that one too.
No more meows on card, dude.
I refuse. I refuse. I just won't do it. I won't do it. I'm still hanging my head in shame after the aircraft fiasco of 2026. I can't live that down. Oh God, we're at some good stuff now.
All right.
Hey, your heroes were doing backflips in front of White House. Your circus. Isn't that
TP? No, dude, not circus. It's Nitro Circus, bro. Oh. Nitro Circus.
What's Circus Circus?
Circus is a casino in Las Vegas where you can go lose all your money, get married, do all that stuff.
To be fair, I think they do have motorcycle shows there sometimes.
They probably do, dude. I mean,
all right, listen, I was close. All right, I knew there was a circus somewhere in there. Anyway, after that, they did some wrestling on the White House lawn.
They did some wrestling.
But before the wrestling, we sang the national anthem. Please rise, remove your hats.
That's right.
And prepare for the awesomeness.
America.
Hey, stop real quick. I saw this and thought this was an alien from Independence Day. I don't know what that thing is, but it's scary looking.
The dome?
Fairly subtle distinction in some people's minds.
Yeah. Anyway, back it up because I talked over it. Here we go. Play. Look at that. What do you think the Puffy Puff is?
Probably a little fuel vented out the tail.
Somebody's having a compressor stall as they go. A couple of them. What is
Look
that?
at that.
I thought they were popping flares the first time I saw.
no.
Oh, it's the lights. It's the
dude.
lights hitting the smoke
from the ground. Look at that. Dude, illuminate the tail. Yeah, look at that. That is cool.
All right, play it one more time and let's analysis here. Stop. Free.
It's pretty good, dude.
We're early.
We're early, but here's the thing.
You got 12 aircraft. You can't really maneuver that much. I get you.
But it works, right? Because they drag out the free as the jets roar over, and then home of the brave, right?
It's non-standard. It's non-standard.
I know, but it still works.
No. You are the nation's 2 premier demo teams. You should be able to nail it within 1 micron of a second.
That's true. And you know what?
It's literally your only job.
You know that they had all the airspace.
And they had probably 14 ground facts.
That's the problem.
Plus,
they all had a watch.
They had Gen AI probably down there telling them how to do it to the nanosecond.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's awesome, dude. You know what? I don't even care. This is awesome.
You're right. They're early. It still works.
The rule is brave.
That's true.
Being brave.
That's true.
Being brave.
You're right. No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not arguing. I'm just saying, if they had to time it early, I don't think they could have got any better.
Maybe that was intentional. Maybe they're like, hey, we want jets at free because it shows that we're free because there's no flankers flying over our head.
Oh, MiG-29. That's right. That's right. Dude, and it's awesome. A 12 jet flight. I mean, that's
that's amazing. We got other angles of this.
Hit it,
Douglas. Is this the other one? Yeah, look at that.
Oh, this one includes some gentlemen in ceremonial garb.
Ah, yes.
Wow.
Stop.
Dude, that's awesome.
Vipers on the left. Dude, look how massive a Super Hornet is next to a mighty Viper.
I know.
That's like an airliner, dude. That thing's
she's a big girl. Dude, even compared to a Legacy Hornet.
It's 12 feet wider.
I know.
12 feet.
Dude, I know. Like it's significant between the Legacy Hornet and the Super Hornet.
Dude, imagine if you had a T-38. It would be 20 feet.
Yeah. You could, dude.
You could put T-38s between the spaces.
Yeah, like a 3-ship in tight formation is about the area of one Super Hornet, right?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, the formation is perfect, which is what
they
should be because they're a demo team and that's all they do.
Dude, this is a good flyover, man. I know they're early, but
we've ignored the earliness and accepted it.
Yeah.
There's chemtrails.
Yeah.
Mind controlling all the people.
100%.
Right before they wrestle. Dude, that's pretty close. 12 over there on the far left is pretty damn close to the...
Can you imagine like, 2 or 3, like just bounces like, and by the time it gets out there, it's like, I mean, they did a really good job here.
Imagine the check-in.
Oh no.
Blue Angel check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thunderbird.
That's right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Is this another one? Do we have all the angles? Oh, this is the
this
camera
is a good
in the
angle
grass.
too. This is good.
Just hit play. Oh, it is playing. I see grass moving. Look at that.
That's so awesome, man.
They should have done it lower.
I think they're actually pretty low. I mean, we just saw what happens if you get too low, Moore.
Hey, at least they didn't hit each other like the Growlers.
Oh, I know, God. I know.
Then it would have been the 12-ship parachute demo team.
Oh, dude.
No, you can't even imagine that level of. All right, now go to the end, Douglas. The end was amazing.
There's the nighttime one.
What's the end?
B1.
Okay, yeah.
That's the end. They ended the night with the bone.
The bone.
Sorry, so to speak.
Yeah. So that was at the end. So at the end of the fight.
I'm pretty sure it was at the end. I didn't
Because,
watch it because I'm poor.
Yeah, I didn't watch the fight either. But, oh, here it is. Look at this.
Look at that. Just burners, dude.
Kick up the volume, man.
All the volumes and all the burners. They're doing 900 miles per hour, according to the announcers.
No.
The estimation was a little off.
No, what he said is it's the fastest bomber, one of the fastest bombers in the world, capable of speeds of 900 miles per hour. But that's awesome, dude. I think it has 4 Strike Eagle engines, doesn't it?
That's a bomber, dude. I don't know anything about bombers.
I don't either. I tell you what, it's cool that it has 4 afterburners freaking throwing flames out the back. That's awesome.
Dude, I always love they should have done this as part of the 12 ship as a sneak pass like they did. Was that the Super Bowl? The Super Bowl is where they did that.
That's right.
Where they had the sneak pass after.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Or had the bone leading with the 12 ship behind.
Yeah.
Think of all the navs that could have nailed the timing down.
The bone, and they're on the bone's wing.
Or that, yeah.
6 on each side. It's 4,000 feet long.
It would be like, yeah, the people like 4 or 5 blocks over will be getting a flyover. It's like, well, what's going on?
America. That's what's going on. This is awesome.
America 250, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Sound of freedom.
I love it.
What was the occasion?
Just the UFC fight, man. Okay. And so it's President Trump's birthday, and the UFC fight, and approaching 250 years old of America.
So this was not the 250. We're doing something better for that.
July 4th is the official 250.
We got some stuff planned for that?
Dude, don't ask me.
Do we have something planned for that on the Mover and Gonky show?
Oh, probably a show. What date, dude? What date does the 4th fall on? I don't even know. No, that's a Saturday.
We're on the 6th, so we'll get to talk about whatever they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe they're watching, dude. Maybe they'll do the bone maybe they'll do the bigger flyover.
Now, for America, they need to do the B2.
Yeah.
For America's birthday?
Or the B21, dude.
That's
2 bones and a B2.
2.
Bring out the F-47.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Pull out all the stops. You only turn 250 once.
Yeah. Show them everything we have.
Yeah.
Bring back the Tomcats. You think that Tomcat will be ready by then?
No.
Oh.
How about Air Force One, the new one?
Oh, how about the F4 that just flew the other day?
Yeah, dude, that thing is sick.
Yeah. I want to ride.
Me too. I want to fly it.
In the front seat. Yeah, I don't want to be in the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, got a whole bunch of these people. Let's see. 3 Green says, nah, the Aussies would have outclassed the bone flyover with an F-111 dump and burn. We used to have F-111s.
We did. We sold them in Australia.
Derek says, how much money did that cost for flyovers? Great flying, though.
Yeah, 0.
It's already budgeted.
Yeah. Out of the cross-country fund.
What do they say? Coming out of Hyde?
I don't know, dude.
It's already in the budget.
Yeah.
Bob says, and Flag Day in the Army. Wait.
Is it Flag Day? It's not Flag Day, is it?
It was Flag Day, and the Army's 251st birthday.
Oh, well, here we go. Why would the Air Force?
Because the Army has no more aircraft.
Well, don't they have their formation skydiving team?
I think they did something too. I have jumped with the Golden Knights, by the way.
Really?
I have at Homestead Air Reserve Base. I've got a DVD and everything.
Were you attached to one of them?
I was attached to a man. It was very uncomfortable. I had to sit on his lap before we got out. It's not that great.
I didn't know you jumped out of a perfectly good airplane.
It's true.
How was it? I've never done it and I never will.
Well,
want to.
it's like there's no sensation of falling because you're out there and you're like, oh, my cheeks look stupid.
Right.
And there's all this air. And then he's like, okay, we're gonna do the parachute, and then your crotch hurts because opening shock. And then you're like, oh, this is just like parasailing. Oh,
But-
I've just done all this before.
How long did it take you to float down? Like, when did you pull the cord?
He did it. I'm a passenger. I was like in the family model.
You were like a Wizzo.
On
Basically.
the front though. I was like
On the
his
front.
I was like his baby in a papoose.
You're like a baby kangaroo.
Except the best part was the dude was shorter than me.
Oh,
So-
no. Your boots are gonna touch first.
Yeah.
But don't screw this up. Don't screw this
Start running as soon as we hit.
right, dude. Save
Yeah.
my ankles. Dude. Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
it was a
you
good
know
time.
what? Look.
It was an amazing opportunity, and I am honored that they chose me among all. I gave a Golden Knight dude a ride in a Viper, so it was kind of even.
When you say chose you mean you were the junior guy in the squadron, and they were like, any takers? No,
I
cool.
jumped with a lieutenant colonel. No, me and people wanted to do it, and I was like, okay.
Really,
It was fun. We got so they came down to Homestead for their like winter training. Like that was where, because the weather's good and everything, and so they went down to Homestead and they were there for like a week for their training. And they're like, we were giving them rides in the Viper, they were giving us jumps in their
Poker.
Casa or whatever that thing was. And I gave a Golden Knight dude a ride. He puked. So I didn't puke when I jumped. He puked in the back of the mighty Viper.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Well, cool. Good on you, mover. I have no interest in jumping.
Trust me, dude. After that, I was like, okay, we're gonna do this unrestricted climb out of here.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well,
That's awesome.
I miss those days, dude. I miss that so much.
Yeah.
User says, Mover, have you ever been to Corvettes at Carlisle? No, I have not. If it doesn't leave my house, I have not been there. Full Afterburner says, Wrestling, did you guys watch it? No, I was doing Nerd Ops with Douglas, actually.
I was busy with family.
Joe says, Circus Circus. I know Gonky's the dirty biker, but geez, you really don't get out much, Mover.
He's got a stack of shirts right next to him. Next week, he just sits there a whole week. He'll just throw in another one.
Yeah, I just have to make sure I change shirts between videos. That's all.
Right.
Brenton Photography says, Mover's hard to please. What an amazing job. America, love from Canada. Listen,
Thanks.
you have to be on time.
Yeah.
I love our chief of staff said, amazing precision. And I'm like, no, the precision is you show up on time. Bombs on target on time.
He was talking about the formation, dude.
Yeah, well, it's a whole person concept.
Okay.
Listen, I can only throw these spears from the cheap seats.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because I know I'll never be able to do something like this again. So it's very easy for me.
We're doing a little reverse psychology. If we talk enough trash, maybe the opportunity will have a shot.
Yeah. Let it be known right now on the show that if Mover and Gonky ever end up in a jet that needs to do a flyby, our alibi is we were just joking about all the other stuff.
Yeah.
As long as you show up over the right place at some time, it's fine.
I'm going to nail it though, dude.
Dan says, first donation to the Mover Mustang Fund. If enough of us do this, he can keep the vet. Just saying.
Yeah.
Like where your head's at. But then that's also contributing to the Gonky.
The Gonky make the Dodge go straight again fund. Thank you.
Technically contributing to mine too.
Yeah.
Correct.
Doug's Tesla fund, Gonky's just survive fund.
It's going to need to be bigger.
Jammin says, meanwhile, the dozen aviators doing cap 10,000 above were only slightly jealous. I doubt it, dude. If I had to choose, I might be.
Yeah. If I had to choose, I'd rather be the Zamboni driver up there, just boring holes in the sky,
Locking up random Cessnas and stuff.
Yeah, taking bets on. I think they'll be early or late.
Yeah, yeah, because then they can also trash talk from the cheap seats like we did.
100%.
Yeah, something about a man in the arena or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mach says, evening crew, 3 WC openers in 3 countries and not one legit flyover. No, they did the B-52. Yeah, at least the USA versus German friendly had B-52s. NZL won Iran. Who cares? You like soccer?
So I grew up in Arabia, dude. So I grew up thinking football, like soccer is football, you know?
Yeah. Well, Trump said we're renaming it.
What are we renaming it?
The NFL is no longer football.
What is it?
Handball? I don't know. Whatever. It can't be football.
Okay.
Full Afterburner says, of course, we had some dipshit say waste of tax money.
Jeez.
Tom Pasco says, unpopular opinion, Hornet is better looking than the Viper. That is a dumb opinion. And
no, I agree. The Legacy Hornet.
Yeah. That's why I lost. Derek says, 2 bones, 2 B2s, Tomcat, and a B-21. Do it.
That'd be awesome.
Joe says, July 4th, Redbud.
Yep.
Brent Photography says, snowbirds for the 250.
Dude. Oh, man. I don't know.
Airborne Waterboy says, we have C-27s and Casa 212s also. No such thing as a perfectly good airplane, Gonky. Are you a Golden Knight?
Airborne Waterboy.
Yeah. That'd be
I don't know, dude.
Awesome.
I mean,
Full Afterburner USA. Wait, Mover, you have a DVD of what? When? 2002? No.
your jump.
Yeah, it was they played, so they did this nice video and it was dubbed over with Skillet Hero, you know, with the music and stuff. So whenever Skillet Hero came out, like 2010, probably 2010-ish. God, that was 16 years ago.
I know, crazy. I know, man.
What is happening? Stephen King. 4th is supposed to have international teams plus T-Birds and Blues down the Hudson, France, Brits, Canada, not sure who else. Really? We're going to have foreign flyovers?
Wow. That'd be pretty rad. I mean,
dude, you should have a mock dogfight with the Brits.
Right over the Capitol.
Or a real dogfight, you know, whatever. Old Navy guy says, I held short in a Prowler during a night roving sands launch following a bone. 4 blowers, night takeoff. Had to wait to take the duty. What a show.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet it's fun to watch at night on takeoff, man.
3 Green says, on time, maybe Blue One is used to dropping Snake Eye.
Okay.
Got to be early? Oh, is it because it's high drag?
Yeah, maybe.
Is this what is this, Doug? Why am I doing this?
Apparently there was a mess up with the paid chats and I'm giving this one for free.
Yeah, but he said aircrafts. Okay. I'm not saying aircrafts. That's wrong.
I can't edit them.
7 June 10. Okay, there's a lot of planes crashing.
Yeah.
Why?
We don't know. Well, that's why we asked the question early on. It's like
we just work here. Bob says, I want to see all the warbirds on the 4th, especially World War II era. A bunch of Corsairs. Awesome. Oh, that'd be cool. Get Thomas Cruise in a B-51. Yeah. User said Corvette won its class at Le Mans this year. Amen. All right, another flyover. This one on time. Douglas, hit it. Or don't. You know. Right on the beat grave. That's how it's done, boys.
Yeah, that was they nailed it, dude.
There's
in their defense, 2 ship.
No, it doesn't matter how many. It's 1 leader.
No, it does matter how many, sir.
Nah, forget them. They are either there or they'll figure it out.
Okay. That's cool.
Do you watch the pump stick? Watch him put. He's working.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's doing the.
I like that paint job, man. I like that. Dude. I like that throwback paint scheme on that F-16. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, listen, that's how it's done.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Shacked. No notes. There was actually an eagle one too that was shacked. I didn't put it in here, but there was one there too. Let's see. Fly monkey fly mover. I don't build paper airplanes. I engage
an aircraft. Oh, I love it.
Full Afterburner says FEMA and Apostle for the win, and in block 50s.
Nice.
Spider says, hi, everybody, to Monday after party.
No after party here.
We are the after party.
That's right.
Tom says, less than 4 doesn't count. Solos are the worst. Man. Maybe they briefed for step 3 and flew 2.
That's like 5th gen.
And yeah, it's like the old Mako standard.
Actually, dude, if you're a solo flyover, which I've never done a solo, that would be the highest stress because then there's literally no excuse to screw this up. I mean,
I have done a solo flyover.
I know. Like that,
it was miserable.
Right. Because you're just one little jet, and it's like, man, if I really screw this up, I've got no excuse.
And I did. Thanks for that.
Wah, wah, wah.
Dan says, show the Air Force Academy graduation flyover perfection. You know what?
Dude, you know what? Here's the thing. That one, they got nailed for sure because it's the same flyover every year. It's probably the same geographic points, the same run-ins. I would expect that one to be perfect.
Plus, I mean, you just order them to think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like you've got a captive audience in the zoo.
That's true.
They have a choice.
Right. It's mandatory. It's a mandatory.
I'm telling you, you have to think this is on time.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, back to the bad news, Gonky. Prepare yourself. So on Sunday, 12 were killed in a skydiver aircraft crash. It was a Pacific P750 X-Stol. And we've got some data from Windy City Weather. They have posted this, which has the aircraft type, which is the jump aircraft. 16 years old. That's what it looks like. This is what's interesting. So it looks like it got up to an altitude close to 14,000 feet, 13,900 feet. Mm-hmm. And the speed just spikes, which indicates some level of high descent rate. You see the vertical speed there as well. And this is it. It seems to be shortly after takeoff as they're climbing up for presumably for the jumps. And yeah, this is very tough, but this is the data I wanted to show you, Gonky, was the high speed, rapid descent rate, which obviously no one was able to jump out. I think people are asking that question is why wouldn't the jumpers jump out? But I don't know that they were in a position to even get to a position to jump out. Whether it was some mechanical problem, structural problem, or, you know, a quick RTB that they were trying to do. Obviously, unfortunately, they were unsuccessful. 60 miles south of Kansas City, they crashed in a field there, and there were no survivors, but very awful mishap. Gonky, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I've never heard of a P750 X-Stol, but it looks like almost a purpose-built airplane for skydiving. But I guess it's a New Zealand aircraft and powered by PT6. So I mean, very reliable engine. PT6 is used in like hundreds of different kinds of airplanes. I don't know, man. That's a really, like you said, that flight profile, something rather catastrophic happened to cause that kind of descent rate. And it is strange that nobody jumped out because everyone's wearing a parachute. And I, you know, it's a large door on the side, I think. But like you said, man, if the door's shut, if the airplane is for some reason, maybe it's spinning and they can't get to the door. I don't know. It's sad. I don't know, man.
Yeah, this is I mean, obviously, NTSB has dispatched a team
I
that will
know.
look into the cause of the mishap, but I don't think there's any indication that anything happened during the skydive operation. I think this was pretty soon after takeoff, and they had not established themselves. But
Right, they were climbing, right? I mean, I don't know what altitude they were going to jump, but I mean, they're pretty high. 14,000 is probably pretty close.
yeah,
Because I mean, beyond that, you start getting oxygen issues unless they're doing a high altitude jump, which I mean, I don't know.
no, I think they were getting close to their jump altitude, which is, I mean, as far as the speeds go, you know, they were down at the slowest speed. If you go back and look, see, that's the other thing to bring up is, so when they reached their peak, they were down to less than 60 miles an hour in the 50s. So that could be contributory as well, right? Some kind of engine failure, stall, spin into.
Yeah, I guess it landed. I guess the debris and everything landed relatively close from to the field, but I mean, it's happened yesterday, man. So I mean, investigation's going on, and
yeah. I just looking at the data is just interesting because, you know, it peaks here at 100 and what is that, 50 to 60 miles per hour, which is miles per hour, not knots, ground speed, and then it takes a dive down to 50. And now I don't know what the wind's aloft for because it's ground speed, but still. And then it goes all the way up to, that's got to be structural limits.
Yeah, like some of the new stuff I'm looking at says the airplane stalled, but dude, I mean, you can stall at 13,000 feet, but that's tons of room to recover, you know, unless the CG is way out of whack.
Right. I mean, engine. 12 jumpers with, you know, that aircraft with the big turbine on the front. I'm sure, I mean, it could be a beast to recover.
Yeah.
You know, if you get into some kind of spin moment or something like that. So
very sad.
Yeah, no, it's a big loss for the skydiving community in general. You know, I mean, you're doing a adrenaline sport of jumping out of airplanes, and it's not that. It's the you have a parachute and it didn't help you kind of situation, which is horrible.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I never been a huge fan of skydiving as it is, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I've just done it the one time.
One and done.
I would do it again.
Yeah,
I don't like the dude strapped on my back part.
No, not me. I'm good.
I need to be solo.
I'm good. I'll stay here on ground.
As you should.
I know. Safer that way.
Mach says, Gonky, you see the United 250-year anniversary paint scheme today? Pretty cool up there with Lufty's 100-year anniversary paint. Just 2 planes, though. Why are you asking Gonky?
You know what? I saw the headline. I did not see the paint job.
I did. It's blue and
that's it. I'm going to look right now. United 250 year. Here we go. What was it? What did they paint up?
7.3, I think.
Really?
That's what they're all painting.
Dude, why didn't they? I mean, you think they do like a 777 or something, right?
Paul says best flyover B-21 over Moscow. Wow. Okay. Well, that would probably start.
That United jet looks cool. Sorry.
Psych 808 says lots of families, sadly, and others on the ground. I'm guessing we will see the footage later. Jeez.
Oh yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Fly Monkey Fly says I've flown jumpers in the PAC 750. It's a strong plane, X chord, cross chord, link controls, wingtips canted upwards, hardly stalls, spin doubtful. Blue Sky Black Death in 24169. I don't know. I mean, I'm just looking at the data because it slows to 50-ish miles an hour.
I mean, dude, it looks like a giant like Cessna 150 straight wing. You know,
it doesn't look like a Cessna 150.
Well, I'm just saying, like it's a straight wing.
It's a low wing,
but it's a straight wing, so like it's got to be.
It looks like a budget PC-12,
right?
You know, with that big nose on the engine. I don't know. I mean,
it looks like a pretty forgiving airplane. That's what I'm saying.
One of the comments on this thing says, I know this plane, engine failure, the long nose and engine weight make her nose heavy on a slow glide, slow speed, stall, and nosedive. Look for engine failure first.
That might be it, dude. 12 people, you know, like you're saying, probably loaded to the max.
But I mean, I defer to anybody that's flown it. I'm just, again, I look at the raw data and it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Catastrophic says, skydiver here, you need to be 2,000 feet AGL at min to get out, and even then there's caveats. Well, they were at 14,000, so but if you're in some kind of spinning, you're not gonna, you know, you're not gonna be able to get up and do that.
You'll be trapped.
And in India, oh boy, this is another tough one to watch.
This was terrible, dude.
Doug, let's play the tape here.
AN 32.
Yeah, all the way. This is already. You got the one that's the long video, Doug?
I do, but hang on. It's a video of a video, basically.
That's fine.
Yeah, basically the approach and landing looked pretty normal until.
So, to set it up, an Indian AN-32 crashed on landing, and I believe 4 people were killed, and the co-pilot survived. Does that sound right?
I did see that.
Yeah. Let's watch. All right. So this is it on landing, which is very normal looking. Like all of this looks normal. Touches down right in the zone.
And then
a little bit of an aero brake. And it looks like just as he goes into beta, see one prop kind of looks like it's spinning different the other, and that'll cause a huge moment. I would almost wonder if there was some issue with the reverse. See the props stopping before they're even. Man, it looks like everything's relatively normal here, but.
Yeah, nice touchdown.
Yeah, really nice landing. You almost wonder if some kind of failure with the reverse causes. See the props spinning different asynchronous, which would happen, cause a huge yawing motion. And now it's like I always talk about, going off-road with jet fuel is not a good scenario. It's not a survivable situation. No. Doug, so back up. There's a guy standing there. Was this an emergency already? No, back up some more.
No,
right there. That guy right there on the taxiway. Was he just a bystander, or were they expecting some kind of, because everything looks normal up to this point?
I don't know, man. I mean, how long does it take? This video is 5 minutes long. Like, how long does it take the fire trucks to get there? A couple minutes. I would suspect about 2 minutes, huh?
Yeah,
maybe.
Is
that the co-pilot crawling out? See that?
Yeah, the co-pilot survived.
Yeah, he's crawling out, man. Wow.
It says 5 dead after military transport plane crashes while landing at base during routine flight. So it doesn't indicate any kind of emergency situation. 5 members of the Indian Air Force have died after a military plane crashed while landing in the Assam state, India. Antonov AN-32 has been a key part of India's military transport. Crash site management initial inquiries are on. And just horrible, man. I mean, my thoughts are with the families of all these folks.
Yeah, dang, man. Yeah, it just stinks, like we always talk about. It's just kind of another day at work for these guys, and it looks like a normal landing.
Yeah, the Indian Express says this is the 3rd crash in 10 years for the AN-32. They've had it since 1984. The other 2 crashes involving the aircraft since 2016 have killed 42 personnel.
Yeah, dude.
They've been modernized since 2009. It's one of the most reliable transport aircraft in the inventory. In 2016, one went missing while flying over the Bay of Bengal. And then 2019, crashed in hilly terrain. Wreck was found over a week later, and then another in 2009. It killed 13 on board. It's an aging fleet. I mean, honestly, though, I mean, I don't see anything that stands out beyond loss of directional control, but some yaw moment. And if you look at the props, you know, it's hard to tell with the frequency rates of the camera versus the props, but it does look like one is noticeably spinning differently than the other.
It does, and
that's about the time when you go to beta, which is reverse.
It does. And I don't see any. I don't know how the flight. I don't know how the nose wheel steering, rudder connect, all that is in that airplane. But I didn't really see any rudder in there. You know, when it started to veer off the runway. I mean, at those speeds, rudder would still be pretty effective. But I don't know, with startle factor and everything. You know, who knows? Maybe there was a reverser or a beta, whatever they call it, issue with the motor, and they're, you know, fixated on that. But it's sad, man. Like you said, if you got fuel on board and the airplane breaks up, dude, you're in a world of hurt.
Yeah. It's just not going off of a prepared surface is not good for any aircraft.
You know, I've never flown turboprop airplanes with, you know, with beta on landing, but I know in the A320 they had this policy where at landing they wanted you to just use minimum reverse, and it was to save fuel and wear and tear on the engines. Well, I landed once, and similar to this, like touchdown, okay, let's get the reverse in, and you know, there's kind of a little hump you got to come over, and boom, I clicked in, but I didn't get one of them in all the way. And so one went into reverse and the other one didn't. And dude, that thing yawed big time. And like the captain, he slammed on the rudder like the same time I slammed on the rudder to keep it straight. But I was really surprised, even at min, which is basically idle, one reverse in, one not, the amount of yaw that it creates at those speeds. And I don't know, like, if these guys go to full beta or whatever, but dude, I think about it. If I would intentionally, like, were ever to go full reverse on one, I don't know if you could control it, dude. I think it would go on road.
Yeah, I think that's what you're seeing here.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, so asymmetrically, any kind of engine braking there on landing is serious business.
Yeah. All right. Going to the comments. Fly Monkey Fly says anything is possible. None of us can argue with each other on that. Rest in peace. The lost, bless the survivors. Absolutely. 100% agree. And Lance says Russia lost to Tu-22 today, but the crew got out. Great segue. Here you go. So we have video of this. Russian strategic bomber crashes in Siberia during training exercise. It was a Tu-22 Mike 3, which can carry the hypersonic Kinzhal missiles and is codenamed the Backfire. Yeah. You go to the footage, Doug.
It's a cool jet, man. Oh, dude, look at this thing. Swing
look
wing.
Look what's on the center line, though.
I think it's a tank, isn't it? External tank.
I think there were some missiles. There's some missiles on there, too. But this was apparently a training exercise. And luckily, the crew ejected safely.
Yeah.
So no fatalities. What's interesting, though, is, I mean, basically 2 bombers in one day.
Yeah.
But these are very similar to the B-52. They've been in service for a very long time.
Yeah. There's the other. Look at that.
And this is whatever happened, it departed control flight and basically pancaked in, which we saw when what was it, the flanker? We saw that kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
Pancaked in.
Yeah, even the Strike Eagle got shot down by the Kuwaiti Hornet. That thing just kind of runs. They just run out of airspeed, and yeah, that airplane is basically just falling out of the sky like a rock.
Do you think you're maybe a structural failure?
I don't know, man. It looks pretty intact. I mean, that's a swing wing bomber. I don't know, man. I mean, it's Russian. I'll probably get flack for this, but it's Russian, so yeah, mechanical failure, I'm sure, is on the table. But I don't know.
Well, could Ukraine have somehow shot it down?
Maybe, but it looks pretty intact, and there's no smoke or fire or anything like that seemingly come out in sight. I don't know unless the geography is
No, it's too far away.
yeah.
I mean, unless they like had man pads that they smuggled in through Mongolia, but where they were operating is
Too far.
all the way near Mongolia.
Right. So probably just the training event. It's Russia, but hey, as an aviator, thankfully they got out, man. I mean, I don't like to see anybody.
No, we don't. I mean, especially not just in training.
No, dude. I mean, yeah.
But this has been, Russia's lost a lot of bombers.
Well,
they lost the ones on the ground. They've lost some,
Right.
been shot down, and this. I mean, they have taken a high rate of attrition just in general.
Dude, they're saying the same thing about us.
That's not a false statement, though. That is 100% correct. It is. I mean, yeah.
The Muber and Gonky ski show in Russia is saying the same thing about the U.S. military. Yes, the Muber and Gonky show.
Comrade Mover and Comrade Gonky.
That's right. They're like, what's up with these Amerikanskis? They keep crashing planes.
Yeah.
So
we're not throwing stones because we've had our bad run lately ourselves.
100%, man. I just, with that, with that backfire, I don't know. I mean, clearly it happened, at a safer altitude for ejection, and they probably had a better chance of getting out. The B-52 obviously was low altitude right on takeoff, so. I don't know, man. Again, I'm glad they got out. We probably won't actually find out what happened to the backfire since it's Russian, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they do public AIB like we do. I've yet to be able to review one, but
yeah. Hey, you should send them a FOIA. Contact the embassy.
Yeah, like, hey, Mover over here in America. Want to cover your bomber crash.
It's either backfire. I mean, it backfired for sure.
Like what caused it just to vertically descend into this notch?
Yeah. Yes.
But
some sort of VTOL bomber experiment going wrong.
The ejection worked out okay.
Yeah.
All right, Gonky. Hold on. Let's see what the chat says before we move on to the next one. You're gonna love our next topic, though.
Uh-oh. I'm looking at the list here.
Sharkbait says flight profile for the skydiving crash is the flight before. Crash was on takeoff. Okay. That's what happens when you get your information off the internet. Although, do they really get down to 50-something knots?
Well, to Sharkbait's point, when I was looking at articles, that's what the news said. Like that, an engine failure on takeoff, and it stalled and crashed. But
okay,
I also saw earlier in the day where it was at altitude.
Yeah. Well, it's an imperfect system.
Correct. And we do the show live, so we can't edit anything.
We'll add this to the addendum to that.
Okay.
So this comment, just in case, to cover our bases. Because, I mean, we're only going off of what we've seen.
Correct.
That's open out there. But Alex says prayers and thoughts for everyone involved in all these accidents. Shows how fast things can go from normal to horrible no matter what cause. Yep.
That's true. Thanks, Alex.
There, but for the grace of God, go I. Okay. Our next topic and our final topic, maybe forever. Honestly, depends on how this goes.
Oh, dude.
Boeing drops T7 from the naval trainer competition. Boeing drops out of U.S. Navy competition, says Brian Everstein. He says it, not me. Boeing had decided not to bid on the U.S. Navy's next generation trainer competition. A surprise move, especially to us, by the company that was seen as a favorite. Decision allows Boeing to focus more heavily on the 6th gen aircraft programs, with Lockheed having also dropped out of the undergraduate jet training system competition. Now remaining Sierra Nevada, who's giving rides. if you want one, in Pensacola, with Northrop Grumman and General Atomics Aeronautical Systems, Inc., and a team of Leonardo and Textron. Boeing is focused on meeting our commitments, and we bid for programs where we believe we can provide the right solution tailored to our customers' needs and requirements, a company spokesperson says. After careful evaluation, we have determined the T-7A does not meet the Navy's undergraduate jet training system requirements. The company recently told the Navy it would not bid, but it remains committed to delivering the T-7A trainer as a 4th, 5th, and 6th gen pilots as requirements evolve. T-7A recently started low-rate initial production for the Air Force, and Boeing continues to offer it on the global market. Gonky? Yeah, we're going to do it. I actually like that better.
No. Put it back, for God's sakes. Yeah, this is, dude. So we had a guest on a while ago.
Allegedly,
that kind of got in some trouble. We think, I love Boeing. I love Boeing.
God, love Boeing.
Love Boeing. I love
all
my
the
life.
Boeings.
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
Boeings.
I've never thought of ending myself early, but he got in a lot of trouble because we were talking about this.
We were talking about the M3 whatever,
the one that's still in the running.
Marchetti.
No, the Textron.
I thought we were talking about the Marchetti one with him.
Was it? The Textron jet has 2 engines too, right?
I thought it was the MB326, maybe.
That's still in the running.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were talking about when someone allegedly got mad and allegedly.
That's something that our guest said, allegedly. And caused a lot of problems, and we suspect that it was possibly, most likely,
339. It's the 339.
Okay. Then B339.
That's the one we were talking about, and allegedly, a company who may not be in the running anymore got mad because they believe that it was giving that company an unfair advantage, because obviously we have influence here on the Mover and Gonky show.
100%. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And they watch us.
Pretty wild, some of the phone calls we had to field.
Twice. They came at it 2 different ways.
Yeah, they did twice, which is wild because
we're still not suicidal.
Yeah, because literally Mover and I, at the end of the day, we're like, nobody watches us or cares what we say. Apparently they do. Apparently that's not the case.
Allegedly,
yeah. So Boeing, which I'm shocked, dude. I actually, if I was a betting man, I would have put money on it being Boeing, simply because
the winner you're talking about, the winner of the competition, you thought it was going to be Boeing. Okay.
Prior to them pulling out of the this bid for the next generation Navy trainer, I thought for sure it would be Boeing, because number one, it's Boeing. Number two, jet's already ready, basically, and especially they got rid of all the carrier stuff, right?
Yeah, so, they changed the requirements so that Boeing could win.
Right. So I don't understand, when they say it's not a good fit for the Navy. At least I look at it from a operator point of view. Now, there's a whole load of things behind the scenes, because what the Navy's looking for is kind of like when the T-45 came on, is called the TS, right? The total syllabus, which was simulators and just a whole load of crap. The airplane is just one tool in the training process, and unless that's not what Boeing is delivering to the Air Force, and that's what the Navy wants, I don't know. But as a airplane to fit the bill for training next generation pilots, in my mind, I'm like, dude, Boeing's got a pretty strong hand here, because they're already making the airplane. It's flying, right? Air Force is already dabbling with it, right? The corporate knowledge is already expanding on this thing. However, that's not the case. So there's only 2 left, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we don't get anybody else in trouble anymore, and we'd like to have this guest back soon at some point. But
all that for nothing.
All that for nothing. And it makes me wonder, well, if the Navy got rid of the carrier requirement, like how much different from the Air Force requirement can it be when it comes to training fast jet aviators at that level, right?
I don't know.
I'm just asking the question.
I mean, honestly, dude, think about it. If you remove the carrier stuff, just send everybody to UPT.
That wouldn't work. The Air Force doesn't teach the right mindset. Sorry.
I don't think the Navy does either anymore, but go on.
Maybe because I'm old, right? It's been over 20 years ago, but that's why I think they don't do the kumbaya anymore. I don't think they send Navy guys to Air Force guys to Navy anymore. I think that program ended.
Really?
I could be wrong, but I mean, it's like the F-35, right? I mean, we've talked about it before. They built that combination kumbaya base at Eglin. Everyone's going to come and train together. IPs will all be of different branches. And like 2 months into it, the Marines are like, we're out of here. And then like the Navy left. That's why it's literally the building is the only building on any Air Force base that has like the ship mast with the flags out front, right? So the services are related, but they're not the same.
No, I agree. Well, I love my life, but I am a little concerned that they went through all that trouble for our little lonely podcast and then quit. The world doesn't like quitters.
No, but now maybe Boeing could sponsor the show. That'd be cool.
That's fine. We love you.
If you guys don't have a dog in this fight anymore, I mean,
yeah, we can accept your money now.
Yeah,
that was what was holding us back before. It wasn't the fact that no one offered us any money or anything like that. It was our good morals and standards.
Yeah,
not wanting to weigh in.
Yes. That's what it was. 100%.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. This is great. Show has gone off the rails, and
dude.
This is what happens. Doug says, "Is that the last story?"
Honestly, Boeing's the best employer ever.
Maybe the last forever.
All joking aside.
Final and last.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, let's see what the kids at home are saying. Why are these still? Get rid of all that stuff. Okay. Ozymandias says, yes, it only made it about 100 feet. So he's talking about the parachute crash.
Yeah,
in which case, you know what? Ignore everything we said about that one.
Correct.
Our intel is neither deep nor accurate.
Shallow intel.
Yeah. Shallow intel. This ain't perfect. The news or nothing. Lance Duck. I listen to your podcast every time I'm driving trains. Oh my God.
Wow.
I had a similar situation to you, Mover, in the T-38. It gets me through the anxious times. Long listener. Great work, Mover, Gonky, and Wombat.
Nice. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Lance Duck. It's cool. There was some story about like a Thomas the Tank Engine looking train making its first run.
So he flew T-38s at some point, and now he's driving trains.
No, he said he's train. I'll explain it to you later.
Okay.
Fly Monkey Fly says, blink, blink, unblink, blink, 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 blink.
Help.
Airborne Waterboy, if you had to pick one feature you want in a new trainer aircraft, what would it be?
Available.
Yeah, it works.
Available. Yeah, available at this point.
Margot Robbie.
Give it up, Mover.
I have. All right. Mental health minute. So it's not really a mental health minute. I will just say, listen, we talked about this a little bit before. A lot of bad stuff happening. Don't give up the faith. Don't give up on aviation. Don't suddenly that's the tendency, right? We're trend analyzers as humans. So the news is, there's crashes and everything's happening and we're all worried and what's going on, but that's because we're noticing trends. That doesn't mean that they're any way related. And it doesn't mean that aviation is more unsafe than it was before. It's a game of statistics, man. It's a game of numbers. And sometimes we get into these phases where there's just a lot going on. Thankfully, some of these have ended in good things where they have survived. Unfortunately, as long as man is in charge of machine, there will be human error, just like in cars. And a lot of these mishaps are not mechanically driven. They are human error. So we keep that in mind. And how do we fix human error? Through knowledge and training and talking about it. And you just don't be complacent. It's easy to say, it's hard to do, but that's the only way we get through it. And we compartmentalize it by when you're in the aircraft, you're not thinking about, oh, it's today the day. You're thinking about, okay, what's next? Near rocks, far rocks, check lead, check 6. What's the first thing that's going to kill me? What's the next thing that's going to kill me? Okay, is my wingman or flight lead, are they okay? And then is there any threat that's missing behind me? Go through your checklist, go through everything, and take it one step at a time. Gonky.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you pretty much nailed it. I have this vision of in Flight of the Intruder when they're going downtown and they're going down the yellow brick road and there's like stuff blowing up all around them, pure chaos, but they're just focused, right? Focused on the target. Same thing in Star Wars, right? When Luke's taking out the
and Top Gun Maverick.
And Top Gun Maverick, correct.
Come on, Bob.
Yeah. So, I mean, good point, man. How can, in aviation, at least for me, for us, dude, we look for, hey, what's going on this week in aviation? Well, if that's what we're looking for, when we have these little upticks, that's what we're going to find. Right. So, yeah, man, you take it, you learn from it, you try to make yourself better, and then you move on. How can this kind of relate to life? Well, there's good times and bad times. And, when stuff seems to be burning down all around you, the best thing that you can do is, focus on your plan, focus on the things you can control, keep control, and keep moving forward to the best of your ability. But yeah, man, you pretty much nailed it. Doug, what do you got?
This is something I'm actually pretty bad at, like compartmentalizing stuff. I wondered if you guys, is that something you got trained to? I mean, how do you get good at it? Keeping scary stuff off your mind while you're doing something.
You always revert back to do you turn into a trained monkey? Because like weird stuff's happening and you're like, this is the only course of action that I know how to do because this is how I was trained. And so you just go back to your training.
Doug, when you're in a race car, are you focused on the next turn or are you focused on what happened last Tuesday?
I'm focused about a turn and a half ahead all the time.
That's it. Same thing. That same thing. You're just thinking ahead of the aircraft. You're not thinking about, the bad stuff, what happened. You got to
that's a good answer. And then when my mind does start to drift, I intentionally bring it back because it's going to kill me.
Correct. Same thing. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
That's why I like both, because it's the same thing. Just correlates.
Hadn't thought of it that way.
See, I'm the psychologist now.
Oh, dude. Help us.
Look at me. You had anything else to add, Doug, or was that it?
That was it.
Oh, great.
I was waiting the whole hour and a half, 2 hours for that question.
Oh, wow. What if I did cover it? Let's see. Through Green says, I think Boeing is more worried about getting their only other wing folding jet certified and out the door before the customers dump it for the A350.
Dude, the T-45 doesn't wing fold.
No, they're talking about the 777.
Right, but he's talking about the Boeing pulling out of the Navy contract.
Right. But they're two different branches. Like the airliner division is different from the McDonnell Douglas people.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. They're the ones that are meanies. John says Boeing should send Canada a golden ticket for the redfish to become the new snowbirds. There you go.
Yeah.
Boeing should call it the redfish, and
dude, the Canadians should buy that thing as the trainer and then use it as their air show jet.
Boeing should sponsor us with each a redfish.
A red snapper.
Red snapper.
Red snapper.
I'll meet you over the Gulf. We'll fight it out once a month.
Dude, I'll tell you what, that jet has some performance, man. It's like it's almost 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Which is crazy compared to like a T-38 or T-45.
Osmandia says, on a more serious note, World Cup fans, move over Gonky.
Sorry, man.
I do not care. There's
It's
literally
cool,
no part of soccer.
Yeah.
I saw they had some cheerleaders, though.
It's got to burn dead dinosaurs for me to be excited about it.
No. No. There's nothing. I like Ted Lasso.
Okay.
You need to watch Ted Lasso, Gonky.
Okay.
He is you.
Okay.
Doug, am I wrong?
That's an excellent show. Very good.
Golden Retriever, just like you.
Is he the poor guy who's failed at basically?
No, he's very, very upbeat. Everybody relies on him to be upbeat.
He's a Golden Retriever.
Okay. All right.
Crazy Pete says, you don't rise to the occasion, you sink to the level of your training. Yeah. Dude, I would say, I mean, it's the same thing as I would say as a race car. At no point, and this is where psychologically, the train guy was talking about the anxiety and stuff like that. Where it becomes a factor is when you disassociate. Your whole training, and it's the same as in the race car, it's any high performance stuff. You are task focused because you are in sync. The aircraft is an extension of yourself. So when things go wrong, you are not thinking, oh my God, I'm going to die. You're thinking, okay, firelight, APU firelight push, fire extinguisher, like you're focused on your training because you don't ever for a second believe things are going to go bad and the worst case is going to happen because you don't have time to spiral because you're just doing what's the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step? Okay, I got to land this thing. Same thing with a race car. You're driving through the crash and the spin, or you're door to door with somebody. You're not thinking, oh my God, he might hit me. You're thinking, okay, I got to give him room. Okay, I'm going to move here. I'm going to, pick with this car so I can get across and do a crossover on the next turn. Like you're not thinking the worst case. You're just thinking a couple moves ahead and then relying on that being one with the vehicle as an extension of yourself. And then when that breaks down, that's when you have problems.
Yeah, dude, I experience that all the time riding and racing dirt bikes. If actually I perform better, like within like tight vicinity of other riders if we're racing than if I'm by myself, because then I let my mind wander a little bit, and that's usually when I crash.
Yeah,
because when you're like you said, when you're one with the machine and like laser focused, you usually don't make as many mistakes.
I find it hard to concentrate while night racing for exactly that reason. You get into your own little bubble and there's nothing on the outside. You can only see it a little bit and it's easy to lose concentration.
Yeah.
John says psychologist equals brain concierge. Well, I can't wait to talk to my Ford concierge, Ford psychologist. Dude, I'm going to try to see if my concierge from Ford will be my psychologist.
Ask him.
Yeah,
might come with the car at that price.
Maybe it's a she.
Maybe.
Then I can go back to my trifecta.
Dude, you're already at the trifecta, man.
I will make it worse, as I usually do.
The trifecta of trifectas?
Yeah, I'll quadrifect the trifecta. Quintifecta. JD says, sorry, no quote this week, but I think we figured out how you got on the Mustang list. Make sure you check the brakes. Doug, help me out here.
We're going to have him explain it to us.
Make sure you check the brakes if you drive the Mustang. Maybe they know you're anti-Ford.
I drove a Mustang on racing. The brakes worked. Didn't they work?
Dude, I'm just...
I don't know. I don't understand the reference, but I'll allow it.
JD's too smart for us.
He is, dude.
That's the problem. We're not a smart show. All right, let's end this thing here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See you next week, maybe.
Next week, same place, same time, same office. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight.
And good night, Boeing. We love you.
Good night, Boeing. We love you. Maybe next week we'll have happier stories. Let's hope.
Mach says something about 2-1 New Zealand.
Meow.
What does that mean? Who
scored that low? It's got to be either soccer or hockey.
It's soccer, man. I'm pretty sure it's soccer.
Fly Monkey Fly says you're getting something though that's slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Forgetting something. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Focus, cause, time, dilation, height and sharpness, restrained aggression. Okay. Loose is fast and on the edge or out of control.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.